I hope this finds you well. As promised in my defamation video, here's the landmark case of New York Times versus Sullivan. If you haven't checked out that video, the defamation video, please do so. It will give you a firm grasp of slander and libel, which are forms of defamation. Defamation can be defined as a statement that subjects someone to hatred or ridicule or injures a person's occupation or business. This case was decided on March 9, 1964 by unanimous decision. Justice Brennan delivered the opinion of the court, and concurrences were written by Justice Black and Justice Goldberg. So the question before the court involved the First Amendment freedom of speech and press, and whether it protected defamatory false statements concerning public officials. So here are the facts. Lester Bruce Sullivan was elected as the Commissioner of Public Affairs in Alabama during the Civil Rights Movement. He was over the police department, the fire department, Department of Cemetery, and Department of Scales. This guy had a lot of responsibilities. In 1960, there were a number of civil rights protests/demonstrations in Montgomery. The same New York Times that we know today published a one-page advertisement in order to raise money in defense of Martin Luther King Jr. The ad was titled, "Heed Their Rising Voices," and was endorsed by a number of individuals, including 4 black ministers who Sullivan also sued. In the ad, the Times made a number of terrorism allegations against the police department. Many of the statements in the article were false, including the number of times Martin Luther King Jr. had been arrested in Alabama. But one of the most serious allegations concerned the expulsion of 9 college students. The ad stated that the students were expelled from college for leading a march on the state capitol, when in actuality, the students were expelled for participating in a sit-in, which was illegal in Alabama. The ad also alleged that the police padlocked the dining facility where the protest took place in an effort to starve the students, but the facility was never really padlocked. The ad itself did not mention Sullivan directly, and he only decided to bring suit after a Merton Nashman, a libel lawyer in Montgomery, told him he could recover against the Times. So how do we get to the Supreme Court? Well, Sullivan brought suit against the Times under Alabama's libel statute, which required that the public official request a retraction before suing. Sullivan requested the Times retract the ad, but the Times refused. Oh, and the reason why Sullivan felt he was defamed was because the statement made about the police under him reflected negatively on him, even though he wasn't mentioned in the ad. Under Alabama law, Sullivan did not have to prove that he had been harmed because publication was considered libel per se, meaning general damages were presumed, and there was no need to prove any special damages. Sullivan won the case against the Times and received a $500,000 judgment. By the way, $500,000 in 1960 is equivalent to over $4 million in today's money. So what is a public official? A public official is anyone who has a substantial responsibility in conducting government affairs. And while we're here, we might as well define a public figure, since the two are the same when it comes to defamation. A public figure is a person of great public interest or familiarity. The court, in its analysis, stated that the First Amendment protection does not turn on the truth or popularity of the statement or idea at issue. Instead, in a society where free debate is valued, erroneous and false statements are inevitable. A state, here Alabama, cannot, under the First and 14th Amendments, award damages to a public official for a defamatory falsehood relating to his official conduct unless the official proves actual malice. So the court ended up holding that the First Amendment protects the publication of all statements, even false ones, concerning the conduct of public officials, except when statements are made with actual malice. Actual malice is knowledge that a statement is false, or the statement is made with reckless disregard of its truth or falsity. Sullivan's judgment was reversed. Sullivan ended up passing away in 1977. Thanks for watching.